What's up, everybody? D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle news and updates. Alright, well, jumping into this one, we are starting out almost the exact same way as we started out last episode, with a couple memes. Actually, just one this time. And it's not even a new one. Well, it's sort of new. You know, it is, this was posted by Jonathan Ware on Facebook. Jonathan Ware actually edited my Kaijuverse intro, the one that you guys all really like. So thank you to him for that. But he posted this meme of Godzilla Earth with the Infinity Gauntlet. But this time he added the caption, "I've been waiting a long time for this." But then underneath it, it's got Zilla disappearing into the distance saying, "Nick, I don't feel so good. I'm sorry." I think Infinity War memes might be my new favorite memes. I'm having a good time looking at them. They're pretty hilarious. So I'm a fan of this one, and don't be surprised when we see a whole bunch more like this, because Jordan Vogue Roberts is posting these on Twitter now, and everyone's posting these things now. They're hilarious. Our next drawing comes from King Gogi 85 on Twitter. He tagged me in it, presumably because maybe he wanted to get it on a news updates. I don't know, but he tagged me in it on March 22nd. Here we are, like over a month later, and now I'm finally showing it off. So I hope he gets a chance to see this. I'll let him know. I'll tweet him and tell him that this was in a news update, and let him know that he can check it out so he can see his art featured. I really like it. It's a good sketch, and it shows that I'm not looking for like the world's most sophisticated artwork. If you want artwork to be featured in one of these videos, just tweet it to me, and if I really like it, I'll show it off like this one. I think this is a really cool sketch. I really like his muscle development too. It looks great. Alright, next up is a picture that was very popular in the Godzilla community for a little bit there. I have yet to find the actual source for where this comes from, so if you know, please let me know. But it's a picture of a whole bunch of Godzillas riding motorcycles next to each other. You have the Millennium Godzilla up front. He's kind of small because, you know, he's not the biggest Godzilla. You have Godzilla Earth next to him with driving a massive motorcycle. You have the 2014 Godzilla next to Godzilla Earth driving his motorcycle. And then Shin Godzilla, because his little arms are upward facing and they're too stubby to be able to drive a motorcycle. Shin Godzilla is riding in the sidecar of 2014's car. This is a great picture. I love the art. Might we call this the Godzilla Gang? Would this not actually be a Godzilla Gang? I would argue that it would be, although there's one inaccuracy. I'd like to point out that there's not a face in the tail, despite how all of you seem to think that there is. But you know what? We'll let it slide, because I'm a nice guy. Alright, moving on. We have a picture from Aqua110. He posted his artwork on Twitter on March 21st, so once again, it's pretty old. And it features Godzilla Earth and the 1954 Godzilla. I really like this. It's a then and now kind of photo, and the reason I like it isn't really the Godzilla Earth aspect of it, but I think his Godzilla 1954 artwork is just fantastic. It's so beautiful. Oh, I wish I could draw that well. Alright, next up we have a display from the 109 Cinemas in Nagoya. It's a limited exhibition. It's gone, but it was really cool. It was Godzilla Earth statue standing on top of a big Godzilla. I believe the caption on the bottom is "City on the Edge of Battle," but I'm not sure. Maybe they just reused the same Monster Planet thing for this. But in the background you can see all the City on the Edge of Battle posters behind him. That would be really cool to see in person. And it reminds me of the Nagoya City airport display that we got for Godzilla Earth a little bit ago. I showed this one off on the channel already. I don't really want to spend too much more time on it, but you know, it's the Godzilla Earth statue next to the size chart poster, next to two of the movie posters. Actually, there's 3 movie posters there, but it's actually just the same poster 3 times in the back, 1 time in the front. So in total there's 4. I couldn't count for whatever reason, and I had to count my way up to 4. Alright, moving on. It sounds like a new Hakata Maru branch office opened up for the Godzilla Store on the 10th of May. They did a lotto prize to prepare for the new Godzilla anime coming out. They had a poster exhibition. I don't know what their lotto prize was, but they said you could purchase tickets for their lottery. Maybe it was to win these goofy little animated drawings for the anime. I'm not totally sure though. But their poster display is so cool. I wish I could get all these plaques, you know, just have have one from each movie, that'd be amazing. But then they were also selling, I think the lotto prize may have been this purple Shin Godzilla, which is really cool, but I'm not totally sure. They were also selling these Godzilla animated drawings. They're really cartoony. The first one features Godzilla Earth. The second one features the generic Millennium Godzilla. The third one features Yuko and Haruo. Pretty weird. The fourth one features Shin Godzilla, a goofy looking green version of Shin Godzilla. I very much dislike this drawing. And then the final one featured them all in the same picture together alongside Rodan and the Servums. Now I've seen some people were trying to pull some hidden meaning from this, like, well look, you got all Monster Planet with the addition of a smaller Godzilla, but then you also have Shin Godzilla and Rodan, so maybe they're in the new anime. No, definitely not. It's just, they're just goofy little drawings. You can't really draw meaning from them. Next up, this is pretty weird. So there's a new Godzilla anime card deck that's being released. I've seen some pictures for this in the past featuring Galagu. I've yet to see one that has Haruo on it, but this one is a Yuko trading card. Not sure why you would want this. Either way, there was also a Godzilla Earth trading card picture. It's interesting that they used this shot of him from the airport rather than him from the movie. Well, I guess that was in the movie, but I mean, like, rather than him from modern day when he's Godzilla Earth full grown, they used this picture of him in the airport from the start of the movie, from the flashbacks. That's an interesting detail to notice. I'm not sure why they made that choice. Next up is a picture of the Tanaka Studios exhibit for Godzilla Earth and Godzilla 2014. You can see the two of them side by side. They look beautiful. You guys know I gush about this Tanaka Studios thing all the time because they are just so fantastic. They're so beautiful, man. I don't know why this isn't a bigger display. I guess because they really only do have those two figures complete, with the addition of that Shin Godzilla that they don't really advertise anymore. They advertised it at Wonderfest, but not really much anymore. I wonder why they don't show it off as much. But you can see they also have a Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle banner in the background. But oh man, just looking at these pictures gets me really excited for hopefully someday eventually getting my hands on Tanaka Studios sculpts. Alright, next up, Bandai released, well, we showed it off last episode, Bandai released a Godzilla 12-inch atomic breath version of Godzilla Earth, but they also released a 6-inch version of Bandai Godzilla Atomic Earth. So you guys can Atomic Earth. I don't know. I just kind of made up that name for it. I think it's just called the Bandai Godzilla Earth Atomic Breath version 6-inch figure. You guys can go get him. Link in the description to an Amazon link where you can go buy him. I'm certainly not interested in it because I'm just not interested in Bandai. I'll wait for SH Monster Arts to do their version of the Atomic Breath for Godzilla Earth, and then I'll buy that one instead. But this is a pretty interesting one. It looks like they went with the whole NECA style of like painting the toes, the legs, and the front of the body a shiny blue color in order to represent the fact that he's firing his atomic breath. You can see that his dorsal fins are all lit up this bright, nice blue. But the interesting thing is his mouth isn't blue. I would expect his mouth to be blue, and he doesn't come with a beam effect. So it's like, what's the point? I don't get it, but you know, some of you guys are really big into Bandai, and you can go buy your own down in the description below. It is 1,730 yen. I'm not sure how much money that is, but I feel like it's probably like $100. I don't know the conversions off the top of my head, so don't trust me on that. In fact, I'll look it up right now just for you guys. Oh, never mind, it's $15. So yeah, you can go buy your own for $15. I was way off, thought it was $100. Never mind. So make sure you go get your own Bandai Godzilla Earth 6-inch figure for only $15 down below. Wow, I really overshot that. Next up was a picture posted to Twitter by the Godzilla Anime official Twitter. This picture is pretty cryptic, but you can see very clearly that the New Earth Society is seen in the middle of this massive crater. We now know that the New Earth Society is called something along the lines of the Fute. I'm not sure on the pronunciation of that, but it's got to be something close. It's interesting to see that they live in a massive crater. I'm not sure what the strategic advantage of that would be, but we do know that they have a force field that deploys over their walls because we've seen them deflect Godzilla's atomic breath in the trailer. We can also see that there's a pretty big breach in the crater, so maybe Godzilla's made his way into the city before, and I'm not sure why they decided to come up with this like kind of insect-like cocoon bubble feature for their buildings. It seems a little odd. Maybe those buildings are just harder to knock over than like big, long, tall, rectangular ones. Going way back really fast to February 12th, a concept art was released featuring 2 Earth Union soldiers running around inside of a massive underground cave. I am super interested to know what the deal with this is. The cave features some glowing stuff on the roof, some very plant-like structure on the ground, and water. Maybe this is where the Servum live. Godzilla may have come out of this area when he came out of the ground. I don't know, the mountain really kind of erupted around him, so I doubt that this is where Godzilla was sleeping, but I would be willing to bet that this is where another kaiju lives underground. Maybe the Servum. We know that they're going to have new larval stages in the movie, but they're certainly not big enough to create this crater, this big cave. Maybe they just live in it. It could be Baragon. I'm not totally sure. I don't think he's in this series, so I don't know. Either way, it's very interesting to see, and I wonder how it will play into the sequel. We have seen nothing of this in the trailers or TV spots, so I don't know. Around the same time, in February 19th, there was a picture released from the cockpit of a power suit, which is what they used in the anime to fight Godzilla. There's no real reason for this. It's just a nice little concept art piece, but it looks pretty cool, and you can see that there is another power suit outside the window, which is a nice hidden detail. Alright, a picture of Mechagodzilla from the final battle at Mount Fuji. I like how they call it the final battle at Mount Fuji, even though there really was no battle, was there? In the anime timeline, Mechagodzilla fails to turn on in the base of Mount Fuji, resulting in the humans basically getting annihilated. I guess it's not the humans, right? It's the Earth Union getting annihilated. Godzilla wins this battle and Mechagodzilla never activates. So they posted a picture of that, which I would consider to be the before picture. Then they also posted what I would consider to be the after picture, which is a completely decimated Mechagodzilla. Looks like whatever happened at Mount Fuji completely destroys the base. Now that we're 20,000 years in the future, the base has been rebuilt and Mechagodzilla is in some shape. He's certainly not looking how he looks in that new recently revealed concept art or blueprints for Mechagodzilla, and he doesn't really look like how he did in the start of the movie either. This might be a behind shot of Mechagodzilla, which is why he looks the way he does, but if this is a front shot, he's definitely destroyed. If this is behind or from the side, which it might be, maybe when it's fully blown up, I'll be able to tell a little better, but from what I'm looking at right now, it just kind of looks like he's destroyed. So this is kind of the after picture. I could see that this is from the side. You know, you have one arm very well defined. Maybe what we're looking at is dorsal fins, and then you have Mechagodzilla's head in the background. That could be what we're looking at. So maybe he's not destroyed. Maybe this is just after he's been rebuilt or repaired, but it would be interesting if he was kind of damaged at the start of the movie, and it would make sense considering that the Mount Fuji base was completely destroyed at the end of Godzilla's reign of terror in Tokyo. Either way, it's just another very interesting look at our new Mechagodzilla. Finally, we have a new Cine Mileage credit card commercial. They did one of these for Monster Planet 2, and the one for Monster Planet featured a whole bunch of new footage. This one does as well. It doesn't feature as much new footage, but it features a nice shot of Godzilla Earth's eye opening up, and then a nice shot of Godzilla Earth charging towards the camera, so that's really cool. But that about does it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. D-Man, out.